Hello there, many thanks for joining us on RAZEP Africa this beautiful morning. Now, can young Africans drive sustainable development? That and more would be the discussion today on RAZEP Africa, but first we'll go to the African news update. We begin in Rwanda, where the country has filed an arbitration case against the United Kingdom over the cancellation of a controversial asylum agreement scrapped by Prime Minister Keir Starmer last year. Under the deal, Britain was to pay Rwanda to accept migrants who had entered the UK illegally. Rwanda says London breached the financial terms after requesting Kigali to forgo two payments of £50 million each due in 2025 and 2026. Now, the Rwandan government claims that talks to formally terminate and renegotiate the treaty never took place, leaving the payment outstanding and prompting legal actions at the Permanent Court of Arbitration. Turning to Southern Africa, the International Monetary Fund has approved the final review of Zambia's extended credit facility, unlocking a $190 million disbursement and bringing the program to an end. Zambia entered the IMF agreement in 2022 after a debt default, with total financing later expanded to $1.7 billion. Despite economic shocks, the IMF says Zambia has made strong progress on debt restructuring, fiscal consolidation, and reducing macroeconomic imbalances. The government had considered extending the program, but chose instead to let it expire ahead of elections in August, with President Hakainde Hichilema seeking re-election. Shifting to culture, American YouTuber IShowSpeed has wrapped up a 28-day tour across Africa aimed at highlighting the continent's cultural diversity and challenging common stereotypes. The tour covered 20 countries from Angola to Namibia, with stops in Morocco, Senegal, Nigeria, and Ghana. Throughout the trip, live streamed to millions, the content creator engaged with local food, music, sport, and traditions, drawing large crowds and widespread attention. He described the experience as eye-opening, saying it changed his perception of the continent and showcased a more vibrant and diverse Africa to global audiences. Meanwhile, in Mali, the government has announced it will take majority control of a new company producing civil-use explosives. Civil-use explosives approving a 51% stake in the Society Industrial Center in Mali. The firm was created in partnership with Chinese company Alstom, and it's intended to supply the mining sector, quarries, and major infrastructure projects while reducing reliance on imported explosives. The move also reflects heightened security concerns with authorities tightening controls on explosives since 2022 to combat terrorism and curb the spread of improvised explosive devices. Officials have also said that the project aligns with wider mining reforms and a new mining code aimed at increasing state participation and boosting local economic benefits. Now, back in West Africa, Guinea's president has reappointed Amadou Al-Riba as prime minister, weeks after both were sworn in under the country's new political order. Al-Riba had resigned with the rest of the cabinet following the inauguration. The decision comes amid political transition after a new constitution approved by referendum allowed junta members to contest election. The president took power in a 2021 military coup and was elected to a 7-year term in December, with a new government lineup still being finished. Now, finally, in Kenya, Prolonged drought has devastated pastoral communities in the northeast, particularly in Mandera County, which has seen no rainfall for months. Thousands of livestock have died, leaving families struggling to access food and water nationwide. More than 2 million people across 23 counties are facing worsening food insecurity after failed rainy seasons. Aid agencies warn that reduced funding is hampering relief efforts as schools report rising cases of severe child malnutrition. And that's it for the African News Update this morning.